No, I rode it. I rode it. Keep going. Go on. Keep going.
Come on, James.
Hey up everyone, just the day after East Midlands champs, just out a little spin, but I thought I'd give you a little run through on what went on yesterday. So yeah, it was the East Midlands champs at Markeaton Park, so that's Leicestershire League, Lincolnshire and Notts and Derby as well. Yeah, it was a muddy race. So we had lots of snow and ice and all sorts of weather earlier in the week, and that really saturated the ground. So come Sunday, Storm Bert was rolling in as well. Yeah, super muddy. As soon as we turned up, all the little under 9s, under 12s were all caked in mud already. But yeah, I was prepared for that with the mud tyres already on and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really good course, Markeaton. Raced there lots of times now, and I sort of know what I'm going to get. It's quite hilly. It's usually muddy. The leaves make it extra cloggy as well. So it's it's got a few good little technical sections in as well. Had a decent field as well, which was nice. A few people I haven't seen for a while. They did the grid a little bit strange, so they put all the juniors on the front row, and then we lined up behind. But usually when they do that, they give us a minute gap in between. So yeah, I ended up on the third row, behind quite a few slow riders, and yeah, they set us off just all together. So immediately off the start, I was having to work my way through. That was a little bit strange. I'm not sure if that was my favourite way of doing it. But yeah, so it took me probably to the second straight to start getting towards the front. Then just coming over the finish line, I was probably up to fourth wheel, and then yeah, I was just behind Dan still. So yeah, so Dan was my main focus for the race, because I knew he was the strongest rider. So I just wanted to stick close to him.
Come on, James. Woohoo!
So yeah, I think Dan got to the front a little bit before me, but I know I had to get past the few juniors that were left in between us as quick as I could, really, so I didn't lose any time. So yeah, I think just after the hurdles, managed to get into second place, and yeah, and from there, the next lap, me and Dan opened up quite a big gap straight away, really, to the sort of third, fourth place. Yeah, I was feeling pretty happy with where I was. Yeah, first lap. I know how strong Dan is, and he's had some good results at the national trophies and stuff. So yeah, I was already on my limit, because it was a really tough course and we'd set off fast. But yeah, it's pretty positive that I was at the front. So yeah, Dan was in the lead, really, pretty much the whole race. Yeah, and I was in second, sort of getting closer and going further away, sort of drifting in and out. I was trying to use him to see the best lines, and so yeah, I was talking to one of our coach clients about this earlier today. So even though when it's that muddy you can't draft off people, it is useful to see where the other rider's going and like try and assess which line is the best. So especially when the whole track is like brown with mud, it can be quite easy just to not look around and change your lines and stuff. So having a look at what the other rider's doing, and if their lines look better, or they're making little gaps on you in the race, yeah, maybe switch it up next lap and try where they've gone. It might not be any better, but yeah, you might get a little advantage out of that. So yeah, so I had that in mind. So I did pick up a few little lines from Dan and stuff. I think it helped me out, but to be honest, I think I would have done better if I'd have got to the front. I think on a race like that, when you're sort of racing with someone, being second wheel is quite tricky because you can't afford to make any mistakes, because you just end up losing so much distance, and then it's become so hard to claw back as well because you're always sort of on that speed limit going around a really muddy course. So yeah, I think that was a little bit something to improve on for next time. Have that confidence to push on and get into the front. Yeah, so I was picking up some good lines and stuff. I think after the first lap or two, I'd sort of got my line dialed in for the race, and being at the front might just allow me to dictate the pace and push on where I could. So yeah, I was stronger, felt strong on the like really thick mud sections, so like the flat bits. I've always been pretty good on them, but I think the weight training and stuff I'm doing at the minute is really helping along with that. Get in touch if you want any tips on that. We're pretty good at the strength and conditioning stuff. So, but yeah, I think that was a big factor on that low cadence stuff. I was able to ride most of the boggy bits. But yeah, then I think Dan was probably better on the running and a few of the steeper climbs. So yeah, we sort of stuck together, or near enough, me following him. So about halfway, just coming up one of the hills on the back, I was starting to get distance. Not by much, but just a little bit. And then coming round one of the back markers, I came offline to go around it, and there must have been a sharp stick or a rock or something underneath the leaves. And I hit it with my front tyre, and I felt it hit the rim. It immediately went flat, and it was that was a bit annoying. It wasn't too far from the pits, but that just made that gap that had already been made like just even bigger. I think I was quite a significant bit of time then between the pits with the air and the tyres, but by that point Dan had sort of gone really. We sort of a couple of corners ahead. Wasn't that far time wise, but like I was saying earlier, it's really hard to make up the time on a course like that when it's that heavy and slippy around the corners. So yeah, I ended up finishing the race in second place. I was about a minute down at the end.
Come on, James.
But yeah, good chunk ahead of third. Pretty pleased with that. Hopefully something I can build on. A couple of weeks' time, got Clanfield, the next round of the National Trophy. Definitely need to pick up a little bit more running with the bike and stuff. I felt a little bit rusty. Hadn't done a muddy race this year, so that was the first time having to squelch through the deep mud. But yeah, all in all, felt really strong. Hope you enjoyed the video clips. Got quite a few in the end this weekend. Thanks to Jesse. And top pit crew as well, which was needed. But if you're interested in any coaching and stuff, all the website and stuff is down below, and see you for the next video in a couple weeks' time.